My name is Gabriel Pastrana, and I am a student at the University of Chicago and an intern at the Office of LGBTQ Student Life. The first people I came out to was my father. It was at the end of my first year of college, and I was visiting home for a break, and I had come out to other people once I left home to go to college, but I still hadn't told anybody in my family. A lot of my friends from high school kind of, sort of, I think I told a couple, but it really wasn't out to a whole bunch of people at home. So I wanted to tell my family, and I was home on this break, and there's actually this large family party that we all went to, and at this party my grandmother got drunk. It's because my grandfather had died a year or so previous, and she kind of was holding all of that sadness in. She was a very strong woman, and at this family party, she just kind of got emotionally overwhelmed seeing so many of my grandfather's family members and sharing memories of my grandfather. And she got a little tipsy and kind of had an emotional breakdown, but I would call it an emotional breakthrough. I think it was very necessary for her. Anyway, the point is that my father was the culprit who brought the tequila that got her drunk, and he kind of felt bad about that whole situation. And it was just an emotionally charged night, and he started opening up to me about a lot of things that I had never talked to him about before. And I figured, why not pick this moment to overload his emotions and tell him that I'm gay. So we were sitting in the kitchen, and we were talking about all this stuff, and I just decided I'm going to do it. I told him, I said, "Dad, I'm gay." And he looked straight at me, and he was pretty shocked and a little stunned, and he said, "So you don't like girls?" "No, Dad." He said, "So you like boys?" "Yeah, Dad." And then took a second, thought about it, looked at me and said, "Well, when your mother was pregnant with you and your brother and your sister, people would ask me, what do I want, a healthy boy or a healthy girl?" And he said, "I just want a healthy baby." And that's exactly what I got. And I love you. You're my son. And I was just so overwhelmed because I thought, this machismo Mexican guy was going to kick me out of his house and say, "No son of mine is going to be gay." And he wasn't. He was just completely accepting and completely loving about the whole situation. And that meant so much to me. Over the years, I found a lot of supportive people, a lot of accepting people in my life, both in my family and in my social circles. And cut to 10 years later, here I am living a really gay life. I'm an intern at the University of Chicago's LGBTQ office. I'm a political activist here in Chicago with LGBTQ issues. And I found a space for myself where I can be gay and I can be accepted. And it was important to take that first step, I think, in being comfortable with myself enough to tell the people I cared about. So for all those people who are in high school or in college who are still kind of in that place of self-acceptance or just acceptance in general, it gets better. There's more to look forward to than just where you're at right now. So hold on, and yeah, it gets better.